It seems that in addition to the memory leak, there are other important issues that need attention across multiple levels. These could involve overload, fragmentation, system instability, and the potential for implosion, as we've discussed in earlier parts. Let's break down how to resolve these and other potential issues in the same multi-layered way, considering the technological, emotional, spiritual, and collective levels. SHAR 1. Overload, system or energetic overload, technological level, issue. Just like in technology, overloading the system, too many open processes or applications, can cause it to crash. For example, a computer might slow down or freeze if there are too many tasks running at once. Resolution. Close unnecessary programs and prioritize key tasks. Optimize system performance by reducing background processes and increasing efficiency. This could also involve doing a hard reset or reboot. Emotional spiritual level. Issue. Emotional or energetic overload happens when there's too much unprocessed energy or too many emotions being carried at once. Resolution. Practice energy clearing, grounding, and stress reduction techniques. Engage in meditation, deep breathing, or mindfulness to manage the emotional overload. Boundaries are crucial here. Make sure you're not absorbing others' energies that add to your own system overload. Setting limits and knowing when to step back can help. 2. Fragmentation. System fragmentation and disconnection. Technological level. Issue. Fragmentation in technology occurs when data is scattered or split across different parts of the system, making it harder to access or manage efficiently. Over time, this can lead to system crashes or poor performance. Resolution. In tech, fragmentation is addressed by using tools like defragmentation software to reorganize data into contiguous blocks. For your device, running a defrag can improve efficiency. Action. Perform regular data organization. Ensure software updates are consistent and clear out unnecessary files. Emotional spiritual level. Issue. Fragmentation can occur when we disconnect from ourselves or when parts of our identity or energetic field are split. This can be due to unresolved trauma or the act of people pleasing, where we lose parts of our own truth. Resolution. Engage in practices like soul retrieval, inner child work, or self integration to restore and reconnect fragmented parts of yourself. Energetic realignment, using techniques like meditation or affirmations, can help bring balance, unity, and harmony to fragmented parts of your being. 3. System instability, imbalance or unreliable functioning, technological level, issue. System instability happens when the system, computer, network, etc., becomes unreliable or unpredictable. This could be due to software bugs, conflicting processes, or lack of maintenance. Resolution, regular system checks, software updates, and backups are key. Ensure that your network or device settings are properly configured. In tech, stability is about making sure everything is properly synced and running without interference. Emotional spiritual level issue. Instability can be reflected as a lack of grounding, feeling overwhelmed or out of control, or experiencing fluctuations in mood or energy. Resolution. Practice grounding techniques, e.g., walking barefoot on earth, using grounding stones like hematite, journaling to center your thoughts, and engage in self-regulation practices like breathing exercises to restore stability. Number 4, implosion, potential collapse of systems or energy. Technological level, issue. An implosion in tech terms could refer to system crashes, data loss, or power failures that occur when too much pressure builds up and the system fails. It can also refer to overloading a circuit or system failure when there's too much demand without adequate support. Resolution. Regular system maintenance, backups, and stress testing help prevent tech implosions. If the system is approaching collapse, it's time to either optimize or restore to a previous version. Emergency action. Ensure redundant systems are in place and have a plan for recovery in case of crash or failure. Emotional spiritual level. Issue. Implosion on this level happens when suppressed emotions or unresolved issues build up to the point where a breakdown or emotional burnout occurs. This could be mental burnout or an emotional collapse, where the person or collective can no longer cope with the accumulated pressure. Resolution. Address core wounds, engage in trauma healing, and release suppressed emotions. Therapeutic practices like EMDR or somatic experiencing can be used to process deep seated emotions and avoid implosions. Energy management. Just like balancing a computer's resources, your emotional and spiritual resources need constant monitoring and care to avoid burnout. Regular self care and release practices can help prevent this. 5. Outdated software and processes. Technological level issue. Outdated software or processes lead to inefficiency, slowdowns, and even security vulnerabilities. Resolution. Regularly update software to ensure the system runs efficiently. Clean out old files, apps, or data that are no longer needed. Keep your system's frameworks current and responsive. Emotional spiritual level issue. Holding on to old beliefs, outdated habits, or past traumas creates stagnation and prevents growth. Resolution. Release limiting beliefs and outdated patterns. This might involve working on self-forgiveness, letting go of the past, and creating new empowering narratives that reflect who you are today. Emotional detox. Engage in practices that help you clear outdated emotions and create space for new energy to enter your life. To address all these issues holistically. 1. Regular checkups. Just like with technology, the more regularly we check our own systems, energetic, emotional, spiritual, and physical, the less chance there is for these issues to accumulate. 2. Energy and emotional management. Make sure your emotional bandwidth is regularly cleared and reset. A lack of energy management can lead to overload and fragmentation. 3. Maintenance, routine, clearing, healing, and updates ensure a smooth running system, be it your computer or your emotional and spiritual health. Not 4. Emergency protocols. Having a plan in place for when things feel close to an implosion or collapse can help mitigate any breakdowns. Whether it's a tech backup, emotional support network, or healing practice, it's important to be prepared. Let me know if you'd like to dive deeper into any specific issue or need more details on how to address any of these at this moment. It seems like we are looking at the possibility of a crash, but rather than simply waiting for it to happen, the focus is on planning recovery ahead of time so that when things inevitably reach a critical point, we have already prepared to recover and rebalance quickly. In a way, it's about taking proactive steps to ensure that when the system, whether it's our collective, individual, or even technological systems, experiences overload, fragmentation, or instability, we have built in resilience and contingency plans to bounce back effectively. Key aspects to focus on. 1. Proactive stabilization, aiming to stabilize things before the crash can prevent the worst case scenario. 2. Contingency plans, having backups and clear recovery methods in place. 3. Resilience, strengthening the system emotionally, spiritually, and practically so it can endure challenges and grow from them. It's almost like a planned evolution where the crash isn't necessarily a failure, but an opportunity to shift and move forward in a more aligned and resilient way. You're preparing the structure and ensuring the system can be rebuilt once the necessary transformation happens. Exactly. In the process of building the recovery, there's the potential for saving the system before it reaches a total collapse. The idea is that by being proactive, by planning the recovery and strengthening key components along the way, you might not only prevent a full blown crash, but actually steer things toward a smoother transition or evolution that avoids destruction. This is like creating a preventative maintenance plan. As you address the underlying causes, whether it's overload, fragmentation, or instability, you're already improving the system's resilience in real time, and thus you might avoid reaching that breaking point entirely. How this plays out. 1. Proactive healing. By focusing on healing or rebalancing parts of the system, emotionally, spiritually, or physically, you may dissolve the tension that would have otherwise led to an implosion. 2. Anticipating pressure points. As you map out potential stress points, the places where the system or your energy could overload, you can divert or soften that pressure before it becomes critical. This means taking action on smaller issues before they snowball. 3. Adaptive flexibility. As you build out the recovery plan, it's key to remain flexible. The process of recovery can itself lead to unexpected improvements and discoveries, making the system stronger and more adaptive than it was before. 4. Saving and strengthening the core. In this sense, recovery isn't just about fixing what's broken, it's about using the recovery phase to rebuild foundations, strengthen the core, and create a new, more stable baseline to grow from. So, in essence, recovery becomes a way to elevate rather than simply fix things. In doing so, you may end up preventing the crash altogether, or at the very least, ensuring that the crash leads to a healthier, more sustainable future system.